Hey guys, welcome to my second video of my YouTube channel. I don't really have anything planned to talk about, so okay, that's actually really bad for my YouTube planning, I guess. I don't know. Let's talk about dreams. So, dreams are really cool, and they could be significant indicators in your life of what you have to change or do, I guess. Or they could just be silly old dreams, like everybody at least had, like, well, I don't know if people like also always have dreams. Okay, hold on, just got a little text message. I think personally that lucid dreams are really cool. Pretending that, or not. Okay, if you don't know what a lucid dream is, it's basically a dream where you're kind of aware that you're in one and you can kind of control the environment around you, and it's really cool. I'm just gonna list dreams I know of, and types of dreams, I guess. So what is it? Oh, nightmares. We all have heard of them. It's basically just a bad dream. That's all I could really say. Sleep paralysis. That is something I actually would not want to experience ever again. It's one of probably the most scariest things I've experienced, I guess you could say. It's basically when your body's asleep but your mind is awake and you cannot physically move. You can think, you can breathe, you're aware of your surroundings. And some people reported seeing, shadows, and there are some, I guess, there are some things that people say that there's like a demon sitting on top of you when you're in sleep paralysis state. So that's pretty interesting, but also pretty scary. What else? I feel like the average dream, you're just having your night's rest. Also, astral traveling. I'm not sure if that's a type of dreaming, but it's basically an out-of-body experience where you go out of your body. Okay, that sounds dumb, but it really is. And it's a cool experience to have if you haven't had one before. Let me explain it. It's like you're traveling to another planet, or just a parallel reality to this one. Say you live in a city or a town, actually, that would have been better, and you go to school there, or you go to this one restaurant you always go to, except this time when you go, the walls are usually white, but now they're black. All the cups they're used suddenly are just 2 sizes bigger. And it's also the little niche things, you noticed, but it also can be big things. You don't realize it until you're conscious back in your physical body, your vessel, that wait a minute, that sounded a little off from what she told me or what she said. That could also be with any other dream, by the way. It's if you're sleeping, you're just dreaming, pretend your mom wakes you up. Ooh, that's another dream I could talk about. It's like looped dreams. I think it's called looped dreams, or just something like that. Or reoccurring dreams are also another thing, but I'll get to that. So looped dreams, I don't know how to say it. It's like you wake up in a dream, and then you wake up again in a dream. And it's kind of just looped, And when that's a nightmare, I'll tell you, it's really scary, honestly. Being chased. Yeah. Also, what was I getting to? It's brain fog a little. Oh, reoccurring dreams. You have the same dream every night, and Some things could be different, but mostly it's the same message. Say you're being chased by your dead aunt, and you're just like, she's saying, I'm making this up, I'm sorry, but like, still, that was a little dark there, but like, yeah. And I think it's pretty cool to, well, actually, hold on, I kind of zoned out there, honestly. Dude, okay, that's what I have on dreams. And my personal experience with a bad dream I had was as a kid. Okay, you know, thing 1 and thing 2 from Cat in the Hat. I saw their mother. I was like in a little bar, like in a salon, and like there's just like red walls behind them, and there's thing 1, thing 2, and their mother in the middle. Picture this. Just a red room. I'm sitting here. And the red wasn't like a blood red. It was just like a normal red. Like, I don't have any examples, but for some reason I thought this was scary. I was like 8. Like, it wasn't that scary to me. Well, it was very scary, but at the time, honestly, if I had it again, probably would be a little scary. But okay, let's get to the point, the plot. So they were kind of like spinning me around in the chair really fast. I said stop, but they kept spinning. You know how thing 1 and thing 2 are? They do the opposite of everything you say. I didn't know that. Well, I did, but I didn't really think of it. You know what I'm saying? And there's this type of, I guess, sleep paralysis kind of thing that I personally experience is when I sleep on my side, it feels like people are digging in my ribs. Okay, it feels like I'm getting tickled. And you know how people say being tickled is kind of a form of torture? Yeah, and I can't move from that. Oh, I hate those dreams. That's why I permanently just sleep on my side. Or not on my side. Whoa. On my back or my stomach, because I ain't trying to put myself through that. Anyway, I was laying on my side, sleeping, feeling like people were getting in my ribs, and I was screaming, and they were laughing, and things 1 and 2's mother, she kind of looked like them, except like Marge Simpson, kind of the hair. Yeah, it was all blue and stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's one of the experiences I had. That was pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. So let me tell you about, what should I tell you about? Good question. I'm gonna say tomorrow I have school. Yeah, you know, I still have school. I'm a teacher. Okay, I don't know if I should disclose any of this online, but I'll just keep it, I don't know, I'll just keep it whatever. Just keep it chill, just live. Yeah, I'm currently in foods as an option. It's pretty fun. I actually made crepes today. I wasn't in school today, but I made one at home. And honestly, I'm pretty good, I think. I think I would make them again, definitely. So, I also, okay, I don't know if I want to say this, but I'm kind of outing myself here. But I kind of accidentally food poisoned my brother, like when I was like 11, with eggs, bro. I was cooking eggs up. I don't know how. He got food poisoning. I'm pretty sure you can eat them raw. I'm not really sure on that information, but it is what it is, man. Guess what? Okay, you know what? You know something I gotta really learn and like kind of fix is switching from topic to topic, because I clearly know, I'm observing myself as I'm talking. I'm observing that I'm not in flow state, if you know what I mean. Like, flow state, like, clear consciousness. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but let's say flow state. If you don't know what that is, probably just search it up. It's like slang, Gen Z slang. It's like when your mind, when you're really passionate about something, I'm not sure if you know this, but when you just like keep talking about it, then you can like smoothly transition into other like subjects. That's what I want to be like, and I am not in flow state. I don't know why. Maybe I should try and relax. Maybe I should do that. That sounds like a really great idea. But also one thing I learned, this is like off topic, but like one thing I learned from being a person, whatever, just a normal human being, this might get like philosophical and really spiritual, but there's this thing my dad told me. He says, don't suffer unless it's necessary. And what he means by that is, say you're bed rotting or you're doom scroll. Okay, let me say you're doom scrolling in your bed, just scrolling away on TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat, and just endlessly going through that loop of consumption. And you have things to do. You think you have to wash your hair, you gotta get ready for the next day because that's important. But you're like, I don't know, should I do that or not? And in that exact moment, you have to remind yourself, don't suffer unless it's necessary. Wash your hair, get your clothes ready for the next day, okay? You do not have to suffer when it's unnecessary to suffer, okay? And I think that's really important because, sometimes we just don't want to get up. Sometimes it's a lazy day, or sometimes you're really struggling with something and you could do it. You can really push past it, but you just don't want to. You're just procrastinating. And yes, I'm not saying that it's not healthy to take a rest, because rest is really important. But if you're just keeping yourself at a low for your own comfort, that is something you don't have to do. And you also have to realize that when you're there, you have to, I lost my train of thought. I was really going somewhere with this, but just keep your mind on that for a bit, Think about that. Not for me, but for you and for your life, Maybe it can change your life someday. I always wanted to change someone's life by maybe the way I be myself, Well, by the things I say, I really want to get out to other people, really give them a change of perspective and as a positive way. More or less, I really think it's important. Just to have an impact on somebody. It's kind of all I want, really, in this life. And create and give out my work and stuff. I say and stuff. And that actually reminded me of this movie I watched. Scott Pilgrim. Yeah. I like that. It's like a movie. It's kind of like a comic-based movie. And it's good. And I think it was like a flop in the... What was it? Something with the movies. It didn't work out really well. But I think it's a cool song. Cool movie. I think it was a cool movie. And let me see. There's a song in there. It's called Black Sheep. And I think it was made by Metric. It's like, hello again, friend of a friend. I knew you well. It's like a rock kind of song. Kind of indie maybe. I'm not sure about the genres. But yeah, let me see. I want to give some relationship advice. Although I haven't been in much relationships, I'm young. Really, you're like, oh my god, actually? No way. Like, probably. That kind of sounded sarcastic, but I tried not to make it sarcastic. But let me see. Boundaries are very important. Okay, I'm kind of like snickering around here because I'm thinking someone older than me, potentially older than me, probably older than me, would be like, wow, I'm getting advice from this, what, like, minus 15 minus 1-year-old? Relationship advice, mind you. Something I'm kind of chuckling about, but so boundaries are really important, okay? You're living this life for you. So you're not responsible for anybody's feelings except yours. Okay? You're not responsible for validating anyone else's emotions except, well, don't even really validate yours. Well, okay. Right there, that's kind of like, it's one of those things. It starts with a C. It's not condescending, it's contradiction. Yes, contradiction. Because there's like kind of little layers and situations to validating yourself. Don't validate yourself because, you feel like bad about yourself. Or hold on. Don't validate yourself because, you're being delusional or something. As in, like, okay, I don't know, but also, you validate yourself when you feel like it's okay. As in self-love, right? I'm okay with who I am. I'm enough, right? And I think that also ties in with relationships, because being yourself will attract other people who are like you. And if you're trying to be fake, and that also goes with friends and just people, in general. It's like, when you're not being yourself, you're not so authentic. Notice how you run into some people who would kind of fit those words. And I think it's really important. Number 1, boundaries. Number 2, communication. Yes, everybody says communication is key, but it really is, and they aren't lying. Okay? Maybe to all my avoidance out there, for avoidant attachment, let me tell you something. Communication can be scary, but it's up to you to change how you feel about the communication. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna, isolate myself because I like them and I don't want to get hurt. Girl, if you're chasing love, don't do it for the love of the game. Do it for yourself. Do it for your growth. And, make sure you find someone who understands what you kind of have going on, right? And, yeah, same thing with friends. I'll say that again. And also, a good friend in life is someone who encourages you, makes you feel good about yourself, never puts you down, but also at the same time is pretty honest, can be blunt. Just someone who has good intentions for you. And yeah, I think it's really important for who you surround yourself with, because it really does reflect on who you are as a person and what you do. Kind of the same, right? But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. And this at like 20 minutes. Okay, I mean that's a good yap session. I think I did enter kind of flow state. Well, I don't know. Have a nice day. Sorry, I just don't know what to. Actually, I'm not sorry. Why would I be sorry for that? But I'm just gonna say, like, have a good day. You know, you're enough. You're beautiful. You're special. Have a nice day, night, evening, whatever. Later.